All right, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, guys. Guess what? Today we have our mower all done. Okay, the mower part I took to John Deere because it broke. That's this guy, okay? The coupling up here at the front for the PTO shaft. Goodness, I swear, there's that joke. Oh, who did that joke? It's the fat guy, Larry the Cable Guy. All right, so Larry the Cable Guy, hilarious, man. Anyway, he made the joke about women's weights, and they were weighing him, and he's like, crap, I've got tractor implements lighter than you. No joke, man, tractor implements are freaking heavy. Nothing is light, and this is one of those. Anyway, this is now our new coupling. I call it a coupling. Really, you put it back, you slide it back on, and all you've got is these little ball bearings on the inside. Down inside the shaft, that seat around the PTO. So this whole thing broke off and it just took a dump. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we've got it back, so now we're gonna put it on. And I kind of want to mention another change I did to the mower as well. And I think now we're gonna get rocking and rolling mowing. So, gosh, it's been too long. We need to get stuff going. And so that's what we're gonna do right now on Blackacre. Okay, I'm gonna start at the back end, the butt of the mower. So here, if you're noticing, I'm gonna keep carrying this around. That's because this sucker's huge. It's not cheap, but I can't think of any reason I would ever buy an 18-inch crescent wrench if I just lived at a house in a neighborhood, okay? So this is like my first tractor manly tool of like, wow, you know, whatever, hand tool kind of thing. Anyway, it's huge, so I just like carrying it around. But I needed it to adjust back here. In some of the videos, you might have seen the grass, and the grass kind of had like a little low spot and kind of high spot. It kind of maybe was a little wavy. Well, that's because the backside wasn't adjusted. Each wing can flex independent of the other, and this one specifically over here was not. This is a lock nut, and this can be rotated to slide and translate up here. Well, depending on its position depends on the position of the wing. And so when you're mowing along there, you have the option to set yours at a float position. And that just means that the wings will just relax and they just go with the terrain, okay? If you don't have it in float, you are hydraulically controlling their position, okay? I like to do float because I have nothing flat out here. Well, when it's float, this was just way down and this side was level. Well, I needed to use this and adjust to match this guy. Now, they're both fairly level. So, anyway, that's why I bought my manly 18-inch crescent wrench, and that's why I keep having it in my hand, it seems like, every single time I talk about the mower. Okay. So I just found my old cap. So, anyway, I'm gonna be putting the new driveline on this guy, and he's gonna slide in here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of grease around him, put him in, and slide him in, and everything will be a-okay, and things will work perfect. Now, there is one slot here on the bottom that is double the width of the others, and it's keyed to match a certain groove pattern on this other guy. So just keep in mind when you slide these things out, there is one way rotationally that it goes back in. So I'm gonna go get it. Total suck. So you'll notice here on the driveline, on the female or the male end, this has been filled in. This is where the double wide goes. This is that keyed portion. So when I looked on this, it was on the bottom. So I'm gonna have to rotate this 180 and then slide it in.
Is that? Never mind. Okay, you got it.
It's just the sucker's pinching my hands.
Yeah. It's just, you can't grip these things. There we go.
There it goes. There it goes.
Just need a little help.
Little friggin' brick, go on. Yeah. Oh, my bad, I hit the keys. That's the truck being jubilant.
Woo! Party!
I'm just gonna bring the tractor around, hook it up, and we start mowing. All right, new collar. Put her on, let's see. Wait. The trick is you gotta line up these spindles inside of here with the grooves that are on the PTO shaft. You can slowly rotate the PTO shaft to align, but it doesn't slide on until you get the stupid thing lined up. And this is killer heavy. This is the part of all of this that I cannot stand. Let's try a little off center. Son of a monkey's nasty.
You did it!
So when you preset the collar back, those little balls in there, there's 3 of them, they pop in and they can slide on. After it goes in, it automatically shifts the collar back up and locks it. Anyway, that just sucks. Anyway, time to mow.
Yeah.
My bad. We actually have to hook up the rest of the tractor.
I guess so.
2.5 acres is done. This is as much as I'm gonna mow for now. But I think it looks actually really good. So we got a lot of this top side coming down in the middle, and we have a bunch of debris and some trees we're gonna clear up later on, but otherwise, the mound is fairly well clear and it extends all the way out to our right-hand side as it curves around with the road. So anyway, something that I kind of want to point out was these hills, you know, you got to just go up the hill. You can't start turning and trying to, you're gonna tip. And I know I have a really shallow tip response, right? My pucker factor goes up real quick. But I put it into low gear, super low speed, and you just kind of climb up it. The thing you don't know is when you're mowing these grasses, and I know my brother wants to mow, my other brother wanted to mow and everything, and the reason I say no is because I don't know what the terrain looks like, and this is just a prime example, right? Coming up here, we're filming it, and this pothole is sitting right here, and my tire is right where my feet were. So it's just one of those where you don't know. And then coming up, I happened to veer left, and what was to the right was another pothole, okay? Now these potholes may not just, you know, do tons of damage, but what it does is it starts throwing you off as you go around, and you're unable to, you just start tipping, right? And so anyway, it's really a pain that way. So watch what you're doing until you get a lay of the land. Just be careful. Don't get too close to edges until you know the terrain, and watch it. But otherwise, this 2.5 acres, hopefully we'll start growing some grass. This is where our bulls are gonna go, and time to get on to some more mowing.